Good morning, everyone. Yes, my name is Donald Waruhanga, and I come from Uganda. This right here is sometime in 2017, somewhere in the southwest of Uganda. We were rolling out an application that was tracking teenage pregnant mothers. We were supported by UNFPA, and this is my colleague Joshua. When we reached at one of the health centers, as we were trying to put in the details of the midwife so that she could log in, we had to first move around to look for internet. A few years later, I decided to move into a more different business model, which is profit-based. This is my company, which I founded, called Doppler Technologies. In 2020, we happened to be a top 20 winner of the Africa Development Bank, and we have raised some funding. And one of the niches that we have is digital skills trading, because we noticed that there is a huge potential in that area. The other bit about me is that Doppler Technologies is part of the Youth Coalition for SDGs in Uganda, which is an initiative started by the UN in Uganda and the Office of the Prime Minister. And we have over 130 organizations working in the areas of SDGs. And I'm happy to be the Vice President. And in that photo right there, we had the privilege to meet the head of state, and he was very supportive, especially in the area of SDGs. I want to begin with a very important story. Uganda is source of the Nile. The Nile is the longest river in the world, traveling about 4,000 miles, 4,130 miles up to the Red Sea. It navigates so many things. And while we did the first project that I showed you, there was so much to navigate. And I will leave us with this quote by William Golding, that he who rides the sea of the Nile must have sails woven of patience. And in my journey, I have noticed three main things that affect the ecosystem of startups in Africa and in Uganda. One, access, adaptability, and associations. You look at Africa, has one of the youngest populations in the world. About 40% of the young people are below the ages of 15. However, there is a very high unemployment rate, about 7%. When you go to countries like South Africa, there is 30% unemployment rate. Now, this is another huge opportunity. When you look at the digital economy in Middle East, Latin America, and Africa, by 2025, we are looking at about $180 billion for Africa compared to the other continents, which is a huge potential. However, the challenges are as many, and they need to be navigated like the journey of the Nile. So the first challenge is access to infrastructure, where we have so many youth willing to take part in our digital skills classes. We usually find that people sign up, but they don't have computers. So what do? We have to tell them to wait. So we are coming up with a solution where we want to make this easy. Build a mobile lab, digital lab, very easy to access, and we are able to reach them. The second issue is adaptability, where we have ever-evolving technologies. And in this case, you find that there is very limited number of developers in Africa. Myself, when I learned how to develop, after 5 years, all that technology was almost obsolete. So you have to keep developing. And we do not have so many developers. So it kicks out many startups because the cost of building then becomes very high. How do we navigate such? Of course, continuous training is needed, but also we need to build a culture that adapts, that enables these young entrepreneurs to adapt continuously. And of course, there is associations which connect these young people to funding, to other opportunities. And this is where the development partners, the governments need to come in, because the young people have the will, they have the passion, but unfortunately, some of them are not moving. I was interacting with some of the people here from the different regions, and having a laptop is a basic thing. You see, for us, it is a luxury for some people. Now, we cannot compare some of these contexts in a way. So we have to be able to step up. And lastly, this is the source of the Nile. I will want to invite you to come and visit. We invest in Uganda, but also Peter, we are ready to host the next Congress. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Donald.